What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, you guys know we got a heroic trial for the current banners, and this is going to be an insane asset to most people out there, because unless you got stupid lucky on the banners, this is an opportunity to grab one of your missing bonds. Now, the ultimate question is, which bond do you want to get? And the true answer is your assist bond here, Akari, is going to be the better value. These units are time limited. If you're talking about a time limited unit, you're talking about spending some gnome tickets to get a star bond if you do not have the unit maxed out. Now, in all honesty, I would not spend any star bonds on these units. Number one, I don't think they're going to be long lasting enough. Number two, I would honestly tell you that your star bonds are better used on the upcoming anniversary banners, because as you guys know, anniversary units, or as you should know, anniversary units are a major power shift, like a major power shift at all times. Like, there's rarely, if ever, an opportunity. In fact, I don't think in all the years we've had this game that the anniversary hasn't been just absolutely pivotal in the power creep. So, in that regard, I would say she's a better value, but honestly, whichever one you need to max out is the correct one for you, and that's just the honest answer there. It's basically a 50-50 chance. If you have one unit that didn't get enough bonds that you need to max out, that's the unit you want. Any unit that's +4, that's the unit you want to focus on. Whichever unit has the higher number, that's the unit you pretty much want to focus on. And I'll be honest here, I think Akari's a good unit, but I think units like Minot will absolutely be necessary for her to work. So, honestly, if you have Minot at like +4, there's absolutely no shame whatsoever in grabbing that unit as your selection. But let's get into the fight here, and this one is kind of interesting. It is weak to fire. As you guys know, Minot is a wind type. And I do not have a skill flow set, so we're going to kind of do this one off. I feel like, honestly, this is going to be, I want to say fairly easy, but it's going to be an interesting call. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and go back here because I don't think I put any equips on my units. I know it's going to, rip a little bit of stamina, but I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, so he's good to go. I got Intaria the Jester on him. That'll be all right. It won't be the end of the world. I just need to slow him down a little bit. She needs some armor, as I kind of figured. It shouldn't matter too much what you put on him. Just give him like a good piece of armor that's fairly strong, and you should be pretty well set on that. Okay. So, and I already have pretty much the best of the best as far as weapons go on these units, so that's kind of what you want to do. Now, I am using an interesting unit here, Wealth, and as I kind of expected, I do need to put the swap anklet on him, and that's going to help him out drastically. So let's go ahead and kind of steal Mikoto's there. Okay, we should be good to go. She's got breastplate. She should have her swap anklet as well. Yes. So we're good to go. So basically, the long and the short of it is, turn 1, Line is going to kind of buff our SA gauge charge and all that good stuff, and then she's going to be out of the picture. Welf is going to kind of do mostly just DPS stuff, but he is here for the SA. The SA is going to be a big factor, and I mean a massive factor, overall in his functionality. So, yeah, let's soldier on. Now, you will notice that I did do skill 2 with her. That's just because that's where she gets most of her buffs. Her third skill is still her best skill, but magic resist and fire resist down 30%. I don't think we're actually going to need that. We have fire resist down 30% here, 40% here, but I don't think we have magic resist, so actually we might need that. Yeah. Fire resist down 35%, magic resist down 30%. So actually, no, I don't need that. She is an older unit. But I've gone mostly magic on this team, so it is what it is. Now, with Wealth, he does do 25% single target attack damage. There are better units in the game, but honestly, without wasting an SA, which I don't really want to do here, he's going to kind of be where he's going to be there. So we're going to do his 25% skill there, and then everybody else is just going to kind of continue on with their existence. And the main goal here, honestly, is just to build up an SA as fast as humanly possible. So, we're going to go ahead and do Dawn Wind with Haruhime. Everybody else can kind of move on to their big single target attacks. And that's a main feature of this team, are those really big single target attacks. We don't have any other foes. It's just Minnow. So we could really focus on, kind of taking her out of the picture as quickly as possible. Now, the really nice part is we do have some debuffs on this team already. And debuff, escalation. You notice she does +2 turns for debuffs as well right here. So, in that regard, I can actually utilize that skill to make sure that I can do Night Storm here, which is going to buff everything else. So she's going to buff critical rate, penetration rate, counter rate, everything gets a major buff there. So I don't actually have to use skill 3 with Haruhime for quite a bit of time. The debuffs do stay in play. Now the really nice part is here, she has buffed her strength, and that means I should be able to utilize, So with this unit, I really, really, really like this unit. Unfortunately, you don't get to use her terribly often. But this Tiona does 120% per target strength and magic buff skill. If they have both buffs, it's really a better bet, but that 120 will be absolutely pivotal, and it'll remove that strength buff. So any damage she could potentially do, which frankly isn't much on this team, but she'll hit really nice, really hard, and just really hammer home on that unit. Now, you will notice that my Reveria has taken a decent amount of damage. She is older, she's a little bit squishy, but it's not end-of-the-world stuff, to be honest here. Now, Minow's almost dead, so I'm going to go ahead and use this 100% fire attack damage buff, and let's see, her strength buff is gone, so there's really no point in using that attack. We can go ahead and go back to use her third skill. I can go ahead and use this, this skill with Reveria, and we should be good to go. This pretty much should be the end of Minnow. Okay? I think. I suspect. I kind of hope. Yeah, there she goes. Boom. And none of my hits there were really all that great. Like, none of these units are insane by any stretch of the imagination. They're just effective. And most of these units are actually pretty old. I think the newest unit on here is honestly going to be that Wealth. That Wealth is a massive, massive asset. So I can go ahead and save that skill flow, and I could just run through this again. Or, if I really wanted to, I can come out here. I've got 4 minutes left in it anyway, and I can use skip tickets. Now, I prefer to save my skip tickets, honestly. I could just rerun this over and over and over again. I'm not worried about that. So now that I've got a good skill flow set, I can just auto-run this, and I probably, honestly, with the amount of time we have left, I could probably get 4, maybe 5 really good runs in. And that will be just about enough, honestly, just about enough to get everything that I need, because I only need 600 gems, and it's what, turn 5 kill? So yeah, it really shouldn't take too terribly long. But that's pretty much that. It's really simple. If you've got a respectable, I'm not even using a great fire team. Most of the new fire units, the single target fire units, I simply don't have. I have a lot of the AoE ones, but not the single target fires. So a lot of these units, Tiona's pretty old, though she's still really good. She's kind of conditional though, if I'm totally honest. Wealth is new, but that Reveria that I'm using is rather old. So, you don't necessarily need up-to-date, brand new units to make this happen. You can just run back in here and basically hammer down on these units pretty hard. So, yeah, build any kind of respectable fire team, so long as you've got a really good turn 5 SA that gives you 100% fire attack damage. Even if you don't, honestly, even if you don't have that, you should still be looking at a turn 6, turn 7 kill. So, really simple, really easy, single target fire, absolutely destroys this. Now, I will say, I did also do this with the Dark team, and I'm sure the Water team absolutely could do this as well. So those kind of base teams that we built over time also will absolutely destroy this. But if you want to build a targeted team, one that's actually designed to do this, Fire is your best bet. But for now, that's going to be the video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share, and I will catch you all on the next one.